He is a strong Second Amendment advocate, and he's been doing Snohomish County a great job for a long time. One of the only, I believe the only councilman to ever get the taxes lowered. Snohomish County Councilman John Koster.
Thank you. I am the sole proprietor of the Lonesome R Ranch up on the county council. So, as many of you know, well, I got to start out. We had a bunch of our signs left over from last time we ran against Rick Larson, and the bottom they say courage, compassion, and common sense. You can leave the courage and the common sense, but you know, the compassion, I'm a little short on that. I'm just playing TikTok. So as you heard on Wednesday, I announced my candidacy to run for United States Congress.
Good deal.
And certainly the first question is, why are you running? And the answer to that can be summed up in one word. It's the same reason I ran that I started a long time ago, and I ran for the Washington State Legislature, and you can sum it up in one word, and it's liberty. Liberty.
Yes.
For 2 decades, we have watched government grow. It has grown way beyond its intended scope and purpose.
Yep.
Government is no longer our friend, rather it has become a direct threat to our individual liberties. But there is a glimmer of hope out there, and that's you. The American people are beginning to wake up. I'm seeing it, I'm hearing it everywhere I go, every day. They're waking up to the fact we've been had. It's taken a little time, but we've been had. You look at the high rate of unemployment, which is growing, by the way. It's 10.3, and I think 17 point something if you add those who've finally given up and those who are now working part-time. We've got record $1 trillion deficits, runaway spending, debt that is enslaving our children and grandchildren for generations. About 43 cents out of every dollar to the Chinese. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't feel so good about that. Home values plunging, people losing their homes, retirement and stock portfolios gone. People are mad, and rightly so. And now they're on course to destroy the finest healthcare system in the world, and they want us to believe it's going to be more efficient and it's going to cost less. Right. I just want to ask people, what has government done so well that you want to give them your health care? Never mind the fact they don't have the constitutional right to do what they're thinking.
Right.
And Congress's approval rating is an all-time low, and that includes both Democrats and Republicans, and for good reason. Perhaps at no other time in history has America been at the crossroads it is today. I believe in this election cycle, we are going to choose a course, whether we're going to choose the progressive socialist agenda, or we are going to choose to take our country back and choose liberty. This race and these races offer two very different futures. The future that my opponent, Mr. Larson, offers you is more intrusive, bigger government. Continuing loss of your freedoms and more control by the federal government as they very well intend to micromanage every aspect of your life. It is a future of growing confiscation of your wealth. His future offers you a failed socialist ideology that punishes prosperity and produces mediocrity. And folks, it's failed millions of people everywhere, every time it has been tried. Then there's the John Koster future.
Yeah.
I'll offer you smaller government, more freedom. I'll offer you government that takes less from you, because it recognizes as wealth is created in the private sector. And if you leave that in the private sector, it generates more wealth. That your labor belongs to you, not to the government. And when people are free to do what they do best, that is create and prosper, they can do that, and they can create wealth. They can do it best when they're not impeded by a government hell-bent on regulating them at every turn. With the rebirth of freedom, jobs are created. This is what made us the most powerful and prosperous nation in the world. If we can return to these principles and this philosophy, we can regain our lost liberty and our prosperity. That was a plan of our founders. Larson offers you a job created from regurgitated, recycled wealth. You just turn that money around, tax out of somebody else's pocket. That's their job creation for you. You know, we cannot tax ourselves into prosperity. In this system, mediocrity is rewarded, creativity and productivity are stifled, and people are depressed, and the pie actually shrinks. The Progressive Jobs Plan, if you call it that, is redistribution of your wealth. That's what their jobs plan is. He's going to talk about jobs. I love this. I saw the interview. He's going to focus on jobs now. He's figured it out. It's jobs. We're going to redistribute the wealth, but we're going to create jobs. Well, he needs to understand that we'll offer a job that comes from wealth created by good old American ingenuity and generated by a free enterprise system where creativity and hard work are rewarded. Rick will offer you a collectivist worldview and political agenda. And you know, I think we call that socialism, if we're being frankly honest here. And history shows the end result of that is not liberty, it's tyranny. I'll offer you a governing philosophy that recognizes individual liberty as the highest ideal. I'm going to make you two pledges, two promises. I don't make campaign promises very often, but I'll make one I make every time for sure, and that is I will not lie to you. We may not always agree, I'll guarantee you. My wife doesn't agree with me all the time. But I will be straight up with you, and I will not hide from you and hide from the issues. And the other is I'll make a promise to you, I will not vote for any new taxes or any increase in existing taxes. And I believe that's extremely important. I mean, some people may think that's not a big deal. But if you want less government in your lives at any level, it starts with less taxation. Taxes are the lifeblood of government. And every regulation ever passed, if you want smaller government, you got to start there. When somebody asks me what I'm going to do to create jobs, I'll cut taxes. That's my jobs program, because I know doing so allows more freedom, and it keeps money in the marketplace to create more employers, which means jobs. I believe in the free market, I believe in free enterprise. And that, folks, is where you will find genuine recovery and prosperity. When somebody asks me what I'm going to do about healthcare, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep government out of your life. Government has no place between you and your doctor. The things that need to be considered in healthcare reform, like health savings accounts, portability, tort reform, insurance reform, can happen if we get government out of the way and allow the free market to work.
That's right.
As he brought forward his plan to bring runaway government spending under control, Ronald Reagan once said, "In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problems. Government is the problem." Y'all were finishing it out there. You knew it. I believe that a no tax pledge alone will do more to cure a myriad of ills than anything else I can do or promise. My friends, we got to remember that government big enough to supply everything you need is what? Government big enough to take everything you have. Please listen closely as I close here to the words of the great Patrick Henry. It is natural to man to indulge in illusions of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against the painful truth and listen to that song of siren till she transforms us to beasts. Are we disposed to be of the number of those who, having eyes, see not, having ears, hear not? We have so wanted to believe in illusions of hope in this country. We have always wanted to believe that the people we've elected would act in our best interest. We've listened to that song of that siren, haven't we? And she's transforming us into the beasts of burden, to pay the bill. We see it with huge deficits, higher taxes, bigger government, lost liberty, more regulation. The question is, are we disposed to be of the number of those who have eyes, see not, and ears, hear not? I don't think so. You're all here tonight, and you're ready to go to work for good candidates. My friends, our country is in trouble. The time to act is now if we're going to save our country. Thank you. Thank you.